A 14-year-old boy who was shot dead in southeast London yesterday has been named by police. Igosa Ogbebo was treated by paramedics in Woolwich but died at the scene. Two teenage boys, aged 14 and 16, and an 18-year-old man have been arrested on suspicion of murder and remain in custody. Marks and Spencer has urged the Mayor of London and the Home Office to do more to tackle shoplifting and violence against staff. The retailer said its employees did not believe statistics which showed crime was coming down. Meanwhile, Met Police says its focus on tackling repeat offenders has led them to solving double the number of shoplifting cases. But some shops say much theft goes unreported. Here's Matt Graveling.
A quick check of the price tag, and before you know it, this plant-based prophet is walking out of the door.
Shoplifting is the biggest curse for anyone in retail, and it's got worse and worse and worse and worse.
Wilfred is the founder of The Black Farmer and has 2 shops in London. How often would you say shoplifting is happening?
We will have an incident every day, every single day, and that is not an exaggeration.
The Federation of Small Businesses say that their research has found that 59% of small firm owners on the high street in London say that crime and antisocial behaviour is now a real risk to the high street. They add that owners probably won't even bother reporting the theft of goods worth less than £200 because they don't believe that the police will investigate. However, data from the Met suggests the force are doing more. New figures show an increase in positive outcomes. This is where action is taken against an offender, including charges and cautions. Between February 2024 and February 2025, there were 7,161 positive outcomes. This then rose to more than 12,700 over the next 12 months, an increase of more than 78%. A change has been felt by some here in Brixton, but definitely not by all.
Do you call the police? Police, they don't do nothing. They just come, they catch them, they're going to release next day.
The Met say tackling shoplifting and repeat offenders remains a priority, and they're implementing new technology such as facial recognition. However, like others I spoke to, Wilfred believes the true figures of theft go unreported.
When they give the statistics and lauding themselves about it going down, that ain't the true figure. It's just actually, we as retailers just can't be arsed because the process is so difficult. You just think, you know what, just get ready for the battle of another day.
Matt Graveling, BBC London.
There'll be hardly any services running to or from London Euston until next Thursday, as a 6-day shutdown of a section of the West Coast Main Line began today. It's part of Network Rail's £400 million upgrade. Passengers are being advised to make alternative travel plans. Next, 3 more Sussex cows have been released at Tolworth Court Farm Fields in southwest London, doubling the herd at the capital's first large-scale rewilding site. The animals are part of the Wild Tolworth project, which is transforming the reserve to boost biodiversity whilst keeping the space open to the public, as Wendy Hurrell explains.
So Wendy, welcome to Wild Tolworth. This is one of the biggest spaces, or green spaces, in the whole borough of Kingston. And just to give you an idea of its size, we use these pylons. So that pylon over there represents one corner, and then you count 3 pylons that way, and that's the other corner.
We're in Tolworth Court Farm Fields in southwest London, looking for cows. You've got them tracked.
I've seen this. They've got these amazing little GPS collars on, and that helps us track their live movements. So we can see they're just tucked behind this bush. So if we go through that little gap in the hedge there, chuck a left.
Let's go and find them.
Let's do it.
Cameraman George has found a clue. Are you filming a cow pat? Yes, you are. And there they are, calmly chewing in the shrubbery. Hello, guys.
Aren't they great? Will enable the site to become wilder and enable these ecological processes to unfold, which is really exciting.
Last week, 3 new cattle joined the herd that was released here in February.
It was actually a beautiful thing to witness. We saw them sort of had the original 3 cows over here, and then the 3 new ones came in, and they sort of ran together, merged. We've got this amazing footage of them sort of meeting here for the first time and sort of smelling each other, doing a bit of headbutting to sort of set out their dominance. But yeah, they get on perfectly well. It's great. So when people think about cattle, they normally think about sort of beef or milk, but these cows have nothing to do with that. We domesticated these animals. So here they're basically being the cattle of their forefathers. And they'll be managing and rewilding the site by the way they graze, the way in which they move around. It will enable more wildflowers to become established and just become a more wild landscape.
Local creatives have been raising the profile of this project.
There was absolutely no wayfinding. There was no name of the site or anything. So we put the name up. We have like a few maps that we've created. We've created 4 walking routes that connect all of the green spaces in Kingston, connect the rivers.
The team says since the cattle came, there's been less antisocial behaviour here. These gentle animals, stewards of the landscape in more ways than one. Wendy Hurrell, BBC London.
Weather now with Shefali. Hello there. Well, it's been a windy all day today, but it's not over yet. Although we're not in the direct line of fire of Storm Dave, it will swerve off to the northeast tomorrow and we'll feel the effects of it. So winds will be peaking tomorrow and tomorrow night more particularly. But for the time being, actually, things are calming down a notch or two. We'll see a little bit of rain through the first part of tonight, but it's drying up with clearer skies across us and temperatures down to about 5 Celsius. And the winds are easing too. They'll pick up again tomorrow. We could see gusts of around 45 miles per hour. And if you're up early enough, there'll be some sunshine, but it's clouding over during the afternoon with some splashes of rain further south towards Surrey. Top temperatures of 16 to 17 Celsius. As for the outlook, our temperatures dip on Easter Sunday, but dry with sunny spells, and then dry into Monday too, but slightly warmer. And that's it. Have a lovely Easter. Good night.